Welcome to Firearms Today with David Cooper and Dalen Savage on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. From buying a gun, ammo, and gun safety, David and Dalen can point you in the right direction by calling 615-737-9986. Now, here they are, the experts behind Firearms Today, David Cooper and Dalen Savage.
Welcome to Firearms Today on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I'm your host, David Cooper, and Dalen Savage, my co-host.
Hello.
Glad you're here tonight, Dalen.
Yes.
Tonight, we have a very, very special guest. We have Jeff Hoffman, the founder of Black Hills Ammunition. They have made some of the best ammunition in the world ever, and we're extremely excited. All I can say is this is just a great, great night. We'd love to have some callers. Jeff is going to be here. It's a wonderful opportunity for anyone who's a hunter or a shooter or a reloader. No matter what you do, please call in at 615-737-9986 or 615-737-WWTN. Jeff, how are you? Thank you for being on the show. We really appreciate the opportunity to talk with you this evening.
Hey, David, it's good to be here.
Well, we'd love to hear Black Hills. What's the story? How did it start? What was your background before? Give us some information. I mean, we've been just huge supporters of Black Hills.
Well, people ask the question, how do you get started? And what I generally tell them is it's kind of a hobby that got totally out of hand. My probably starts back when I was old enough to first hold a rifle. My dad and grandfather taught me to shoot, and I was hooked. I thought it was magic to be able to be at one spot and fire the weapon and see something happen downrange, where you're bouncing a can around or shooting at targets. It was just amazing to me. So that's kind of how it got started. And my original goal as I got older was I was going to go into law enforcement, and I did. I went to college for law enforcement and graduated with a degree in criminal justice, got hired and was on the police department, and they found out I could shoot, which surprisingly is not all that common among cops. People generally think that cops are all experts, and a lot of times they aren't. There's probably the same percentage of people that are truly skilled among law enforcement as there is among the other shooting population. So they found out I could shoot, and they said, "You want to join the pistol team?" And I said, "Well, yeah, sure." And so I started on the team, and one thing about me is I absolutely hate to lose. And that meant that in order to win, I had to practice. And to practice, I had to buy lots of ammo. And the local police department range master was the guy who was making the ammunition in his garage. And I was buying from him, and I turned out to be his biggest customer. And we were also, worked together on the police department. One day he says, "Jeff, do you think I can make a living doing this full time, making ammo?" And I said, "Tom, I really don't think so." And just that quick, I said, "No, I don't think that would work, Tom." And fortunately, he ignored me and started the business, quit the police department and started the business, and then hired me immediately to make ammo. And that was the beginning of it, and it is along the way we grew the company, and we ended up splitting off from that original partner, and it's really succeeded, as I sometimes say, beyond our wildest fears.
What happened to your original partner?
We went along. One thing I've learned in business is that all partnerships are temporary, and we got along as well as most people do. But from 81 to 88, we worked together, and after that, the company had kind of grown to where it had two product lines. We were selling components, brass, bullets, powder, and the company at that time was called Black Hills Shooter Supply, which still exists. And we were selling our main product was ammo. So in late 88, we decided that we were going to split, and he took Black Hills Shooter Supply, and my wife Christy and I took Black Hills Ammunition and proceeded on with the ammunition. We've been sole owners of Black Hills Ammo ever since 1988. So the company actually started in 81 as Black Hills Shooter Supply, and then we branched off as Black Hills Ammo in 1988.
That's fantastic. I have a quick question. When you started the company, were you going after precision ammunition? Were you going after kind of trying to just be the cheapest supplier? What was your initial kind of thought process on how to proceed as business owners in ammunition?
That's an interesting question, and the fact is, at the time when I started in business, I was 23 years old, and I knew nothing about business. Relied heavily on my partner, and we concentrated on just trying to survive, just trying to make a living doing this, and we were concentrating on remanufactured, primarily 223 ammunition, taking once-fired military 5.56 brass and reprocessing it into really good 223 ammunition. And initially, having no name established for ourselves as far as quality, we had to compete with the use either the term the cheapest ammo on the market, or if you want to be nice about it, the most economical brand of ammo. And one thing I've learned over the years is you can't survive trying to compete with the cheapest product on the market. And there's two reasons for that. One, either the competition has some big market advantage that you don't have, like their own brass mill or their own powder plant or their own bullet manufacturing plant, or huge sales where they can operate on narrow margins, or simply in some cases, they don't know what they're doing and they're on their way out of business. And as a company, if you try to compete with the cheapest guy and you don't have those big advantages, you're on your way out of business. So we nearly went out of business in 1989, right after we split from the company, because we weren't making money. And I looked around at how we were doing things, and I said, the problem is we've got a good product, but we're trying to compete with the absolute cheapest product on the market, and that's not working. And I don't know whether it would. At that time, I didn't know whether it would work to raise our prices, because typically a lot of your customers will jump ship if you raise prices. But we made the decision at that point that from that point on, we would concentrate on quality, which we were already doing, making quality, but we just weren't advertising that, hey, this is a quality product. So we concentrated on quality and good customer service, and frankly, we raised our prices until we were making money.
So did you start going to different shooting events? How did you kind of get your name so people would say, hey, for long-range shooting or for hunting or for cowboy, this is what I need to shoot? How did that really develop?
This is kind of an interesting piece of history. A lot of your listeners probably remember the name Bill Jordan, and I'm not talking about the guy making camo, the other Bill Jordan, who is the 33-year Border Patrolman, Marine Corps Reserve, I believe, Lieutenant Colonel, writer for Shooting Times and Guns and Ammo. He was a traveling spokesman for the NRA. And Bill was a friend of mine. He discovered us. He came out and found out we had prairie dogs, and so he came out and would spend time with us. And Bill is a great mentor, and he taught me a number of things. He taught me the value of showing your product through editorial, and that has worked so well for us, because we still buy ads, but I have no illusion that I'm a great ad writer. What we do is we work very closely with all the writers, publishers, editors, and we buy ads, but also we occasionally get stuff written about us. And that works out extremely well, because if you think about it, if you pick up a magazine, you're not picking it up to read the ads, you're picking it up to read the articles. And when you read the articles, subliminally you think this person is an independent, objective expert. And so if they read this article and they see, geez, Black Hills consistently performs in the top of all the ammunition tested, I think I need Black Hills. And it works very well, because you have to have an outstanding ad before they'll even stop and read the ad, but they're reading the articles. And frankly, I'm probably giving away one of our biggest secrets, but we've worked really well with all of the firearms industry.
Well, that's great. We are coming up on a break right now, and as soon as we're back from our break, we'll be taking callers. We have one on hold, and I apologize that it's taking us some time to get to you, but we will definitely get to you. Don't forget to call in with your questions for Jeff Hoffman at Firearms Today, 615-737-9986. Back after the break.